Welcome back to Granny's Place, everyone. I'd like to read some more stories from some of these wonderful books that I found. So it's nice and sunny here in my reading corner, and I hope you are having a good day too. So here we go. These are the 5-minute stories from Paw Patrol. This story is called High Flying Skye. Here she is. Skye was flying over the lookout. She was really excited because her hero, stunt pilot Ace Sorensen, was coming to the air show in Adventure Bay. "Trick flying is the best," she exclaimed. Down on the ground, Marshall wasn't sure he agreed. "The only thing I like to fly are kites," he said. Ryder got a call on his pup pad. It was Ace Sorensen, the stunt pilot. Her plane was having engine trouble and she needed the Paw Patrol's help in finding a place to land. "We're on it," Ryder declared. "No job is too big, no pup is too small." Ryder called the pups to the lookout and told them about Ace. He needed Skye's helicopter and night vision goggles. "This pup's got to fly," Skye shouted, eager to help her hero. Ryder also needed Chase to make a runway with his spotlight and traffic cones. "Chase is on the case," he barked. Finally, Ryder asked Rocky to help fix Ace's plane. "Green means go," Rocky cheered. The sun was setting as Skye zoomed through the clouds in her helicopter. She scanned the sky with her night vision goggles and spotted Ace's airplane. There she is now. Black smoke poured out of the plane's engine, making it hard for Ace to see. Skye flew in front of her. "Follow me," she called, leading the way to Farmer Yumi's farm. At the farm, Ryder, Chase, and Rocky prepared a runway for Ace to land on. Chase set up his orange safety cones to mark off the landing strip. "Great job, Chase," Ryder said, "but Ace will need to see this runway in the dark." "Rocky, do you have any old flashlights in your truck?" Ryder asked. "I've got a bunch," Rocky said. He taped the flashlights to the cones with Ryder's help. Ryder called Skye on his pup pad. "Watch for the runway lights." "Roger that," Skye answered. Skye zoomed through the night and spotted the glowing landing strip. But when she and Ace started to fly down toward it, they heard a loud boom. Ace's plane shook. Sparks whizzed along the wing. I'll have to parachute out," Ace radioed to the team. But Ryder thought parachuting in the dark was too dangerous. "Ace, have you ever done the wing walking stunt?" he asked. "Ace is the greatest wing walker in the whole world," Skye reported. "Awesome!" Ryder exclaimed. He told Skye to lower her tow line and safety harness. Ace climbed onto the wing. Skye lowered her safety harness, but Ace couldn't reach it. "I'm going to jump with my parachute," Ace called. "No, we can do this," Skye insisted. She flew as close to Ace as she could, and the stunt pilot grabbed the harness. As Skye flew her to the farm, Ace called Ryder. "Could you check on Amelia?" "Sure," Ryder said, "but who's Amelia?" "My plane," Ace answered. Ryder tracked the plane on his pup pad and saw that it was heading for the bay. "Let's get Amelia before she sinks." Skye gently set Ace down at the farm. "Thanks, Skye," Ace called. "No problem, Ace," the pilot pup called back. To herself, she whispered, "I can't believe I saved my hero." At the bay, Amelia landed in the water. Splash! Ryder rowed out to the plane and hooked a cable to it. "Chase, let's get Amelia to the beach before she sinks." "I'm on it," Chase called. He turned on his winch and pulled the plane to shore. "Amelia's in pretty rough shape," Ace said when she saw her plane. "I don't think she'll be ready for the air show tomorrow. That would take a whole team of mechanics." "Teammates, reporting for duty," Rocky said. The Paw Patrol used all their tools to fix Amelia in no time at all. "Wow," Ace said. "She's as good as the first day we flew together. Thanks, team." The pups barked and howled. "Whenever you need a paw, just yelp for help," Ryder said, laughing. "I can't wait for the air show tomorrow," Skye said. Ace hopped onto one of the wings. "How would you like to see my wing walk and roll trick up close and personal?" Skye thought that sounded great. The next day was sunny and warm. The Paw Patrol watched the air show from the beach. Except Skye. She got to watch from the back seat of Ace's plane. While she worked the controls, Ace did her amazing wing walk and roll trick. "Way to go, Ace," Ryder shouted. "Wow," Rocky gasped, watching Skye zoom through the clouds. "She's so good." "You're all good pups," Ryder said. The pups cheered and barked for each other as Skye and Ace zipped overhead. There they are. Wow, that was a great story. I hope you had fun listening. I sure had fun reading it. Okay, the next story is called Uncle Wiggly and the Butterfly. We started Uncle Wiggly last time, and there's some more stories in this book. Uncle Wiggly and the Butterfly. "Would you please bring me a yeast cake from the store?" Nurse Jane Fuzzy Wuzzy asked Uncle Wiggly one morning. "I'm going to bake bread." "Most gladly, I will bring you a yeast cake," said Uncle Wiggly. "And while I am out, I will look for an adventure." "Very good," said Nurse Jane as she carried the butter out to the hammock, where it could swing and keep cool. Uncle Wiggly had not gone far when he heard a voice saying, "Oh dear, what shall I do? Woe is me." "Someone is in trouble," cried Uncle Wiggly. "Who will help me?" the voice went on. "I will," said Uncle Wiggly, "but where are you?" "Look in the lily," said the voice. And there Uncle Wiggly saw a poor butterfly with a broken wing. is too bad," said the bunny gentleman kindly. "How did it happen?" "I was caught in a hailstorm yesterday," said the butterfly, "and the hailstones broke my wing. I managed to flutter to my home in the lily, but I cannot go out now because my wing is too sore. And if I do not fly among the flowers and suck out the honey on which I live, I shall surely die." "No, indeed, you will not die," Uncle Wiggily cried. "I will help you. See, I'm going now for Dr. Possum, the animal gentleman who mends broken paws and legs and things. He will fix your wing. As to honey and flowers, well, I can fix that too. Just don't worry." "Oh, how good you are," sighed the butterfly. So Uncle Wiggily brought Dr. Possum to the lily house, while Doctor mended the butterfly's wing with rose leaves and marshmallow candy. Uncle Wiggily went to see some kind bees whom he knew. "Dear buzzing bees," Uncle Wiggily said, "a friend of mine, a butterfly, has broken her wing. She cannot flutter around the flowers sipping honey. So, until her wing is better, will you carry a little honey each day to her home in the white lily?" "Of course we will," cried the queen bee. "Why, my goodness gracious me sakes alive and some apple blossoms! I should say we would do a kindness like that. Wouldn't we, bees?" "Bzz, bzz, bzz," said the bees. "Yes, yes, yes." "Then everything will be all right," said Uncle Wiggily. "Thank you." Uncle Wiggily hurried back to the butterfly, whose wing Dr. Possum had fixed by this time, and he told the poor creature how he had arranged for the bees to bring her honey every day until her wing was healed. "You are so kind," she murmured as she fell asleep. "Pray do not mention it," said Uncle Wiggily, and then he went to the store for the yeast cake. About a week afterward, Nurse Jane heard Uncle Wiggily groaning in his bed. "Oh dear," he cried, "how ill I am. It's that old rheumatism pain again. Please send for Dr. Possum." "Oh, I surely will," said the muskrat lady. When Dr. Possum arrived, he said, "Uncle Wiggily, you are very ill. You have rheumatism fever, and you must take this medicine. And since the weather is so warm, someone must fan you every day to keep you cool." "But who can do that?" asked the rabbit gentleman. "Nurse Jane is very busy, and all my animal children friends have to go to school." "I would stay and fan you myself," said Dr. Possum, "but I have to call on the sick animals. I don't know who could fan you." "Oh, please, let me," cried a voice at the window, and in flew the butterfly, whose broken wing was healed now. "I came over to thank Uncle Wiggily," she said, "and I heard what you said. I would just love to fan him with my wings." "The very thing," cried Dr. Possum. So the butterfly lady perched near Uncle Wiggily's pillow, and with her beautiful wings fluttering up and down, she fanned him, making a lovely cool breeze so that soon he fell asleep. And with the gentle fanning, and because of Dr. Possum's medicine, the rabbit gentleman was soon all well again. And that shows that you should always help a butterfly when you can, as you can never tell when a butterfly might help you. And if the garden rake doesn't jump over the fence and play tag with the rose bush and get all scratched, I'll tell you more about Uncle Wiggly in another book. Oh, that's a great story. It had a really happy ending, didn't it? Let's read one more. Here's a book all about what's under the ocean. Look at those beautiful fish. This book is by Melvin and Gilda Berger. Look at the ocean. It's very, very big. Did you know? Oceans cover most of planet Earth. The ocean is very deep. What lives under the ocean? Fish do. Some are large fish. Look at his mouth. And some are very small fish. Some come in beautiful, bright colors. Oh, look at all those colors. Wow. Look who's swimming by, a shark. Look at those teeth. One kind of shark has a head like a hammer. That's a hammerhead shark. Here is a giant sea turtle. They're huge. Sea turtles have flippers, not legs. You see the flippers? Can you see the biggest animal in the ocean? It's called the blue whale. A blue whale is as long as 3 school buses. That's a big fish. Here are some of the smallest animals in the ocean. That's a tiny, tiny seahorse. A baby dolphin swims with its mother. They jump up and they dive down. Now, let's go deep into the ocean. This is where the sponges live. And did you know sea sponges are animals? They're alive. The coral lives here too. And what else lives here? Lots of fish and other animals live in the coral. Can you see them all swimming around in the coral? Millions and millions of fish. Can you see this crab? Don't get in the way of a crab. It may pinch you. If you do. There he is, looking for crabs. Seaweed are plants, and some are very small, and some seaweed is very long, almost like a tree in the water. Millions and millions of animals and plants live in the ocean. The ocean is their home. The end. See? They're in their home and they have hiding places too. They live by the coral. The end. That was a great story, too. Not really a story, but we learned a lot about fish, didn't we? Well, thank you guys for coming. I'm glad you could come and share some stories at Granny's place. And I will see you next time. You guys have a wonderful day or night, okay? Bye-bye.